Morning, my name is Brian Hawkins. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to take a look at our project. This is our team, the Buffer Bros.
I'm Ali.
I'm Mir.
I'm Ian.
I'm Lance.
We'd like to talk about what we've been working on for the past few months, and as you can see here in our poster, we've decided on the safe house. The inspiration of this project stemmed from a story we heard involving one of Imagine's clients who trusted people to come into his home who ultimately murdered him for the purpose of stealing his Xbox. And obviously we don't want this sort of thing to happen again. So the background behind the design of the device was that we would use different sensors to send a text to keep this sort of thing from happening again, to achieve the ultimate purpose of maximizing safety for not only Imagine's clients, but anyone who chooses to use a product like this. And I think we've accomplished that goal really well, and Ali's going to tell you how we got there.
So following up with what Brian said, after discussing the background, the inspiration, and the purpose as a team, we moved on to creating Safe House. And when it came to Safe House, it was a system that we wanted to create to maximize safety. This was our #1 goal. And when it came to maximizing safety, we decided to have as many sensors as we can in our system. So far we have a magnetic door switch and a window magnetic switch. And we also have an IR motion sensor. And by having these in the house, whenever these sensors are triggered, a text is sent to Imagine to alert them that something abnormal occurred in the household, and they can take it from there. And now Lance is going to talk about the technical components.
Yeah, so our project really has three main components. We've got the sensors and the physical interface, the wireless communication, and the cellular transmitter. So the sensors and the physical interface, that consists of the motion IR detectors and the magnetic switches for the doors and the windows. So those are connected to a wireless receiver in one room. Now that sends all the information that it collects. The wireless communication receiver then decides if there's an abnormality, that are set up so the two motion detectors, or three motion detectors, if two of them are tripped, that says that there's more than one person in the house. This then takes that information, sends it wirelessly to the cellular transmitter, which is located in the main hub, the main room. And that is then programmed to either send a text saying that there is motion that's been tripped, there is a window that's been opened, or there's a door that's been opened. And that is programmed with a number. In this case, it's our client at Imagine. And that will send the text out to Imagine telling them that a system has been tripped.
And we also ran into a couple roadblocks along the way, as you can imagine. A lot of it was caused by the coding. First one was kind of that trying to get the multiple shields that we had, the cellular, the XP, and the Redboard to all communicate to each other. And then we also had another issue with trying to get the network for the cellular shield to connect so we could actually send these texts. And then lastly, it kind of came to, we had this issue with trying to send specialized texts based off of those numbers that Lance had said we would get. So the 1, 2, or 3 meant either motion, door, or window. And we wanted to send a text that said motion, door, and window, 3 separate texts, and we were only getting 1. So that was another issue that we had ran into, and those were the 3 main ones.
Right. And now that we've finished our project, we're able to send a text. It's functioning properly, and we want people to be able to evolve the project. We want them to be able to take a project and turn it into something really amazing. So, for example, creating, a next module for the kitchen, checking the gas leakage, the stove if it's on or off, or, if the fridge is open, maybe create a spring to close it again. So, we created the basis, we created the foundation, and we want the journey to continue.
Hey guys, we're back here with our home security system, and we're the Buffer Bros. What we've got here is sensors set up in a house. This is mocking a door. This is mocking a window. And these are motion sensors that we've got right here. So how this set is set up to work is to monitor a house where we can monitor abnormalities inside the house. If we have a person in there and there's more people in there, more than one, 2 of these are going to be triggered. And that's how it's set up. And this is connected to a Arduino that then takes that code and can wirelessly send a message, a 1, 2, or 3, over to this other Arduino over here. That's got an XP attached to that one and an XP attached to this one. And that's through serial communication. So this then registers that 1, 2, or 3, and then will send out a corresponding text If it's a 1, it's motion. If it's a 2, it's a door. And if it's a 3, it's a window. We've got switches put on here that you can see. And then this is the motion switch, so we can arm it. And then this is the door switch, we can arm it, and the window switch, we can arm it. So that gives us the ability to turn on each individual system separately from each other. Brian, do you have anything else you want to say about this?
I think the inspiration of this project was to prevent an individual trusted someone into his home and was ultimately harmed for the purpose of stealing his Xbox, and we thought that was a terrible way for someone to go and a terrible reason. So we really wanted to minimize the chances of something like that happening again, and I think we've accomplished that goal. If someone was to put this in their house, you could monitor any activity you wanted. The ability to arm each individual portion of the system is a cool feature, and sending out a text. It's relatively cheap compared to most home security systems, so I think we've done a lot of hard work and a great job.